Hi guys, Joe here. It's been a while, I know. Have you missed me? I just had to stop doing videos. I wasn't in the right headspace to do the videos because give you a little bit of explanation of why I've not done a video in an awfully long time. I just basically started to question everything. Question who was to be trusted, question the information, what information was to be trusted. I stopped listening to Jason Archaix because I started to question his work. You know, how do we know that all these ancient books he was reading, how do we know that they weren't just plants and they were written by AI? You know, how do we, I did my own head in and my head was about to explode because I couldn't formulate coherence in my own mind because I had so many questions around what I was perceiving to be real versus what I was perceiving not to be real. The conclusion I've come to with all of that, and it's an interesting one, regarding the Mandela effect and my own experiences with potential edits, and maybe I'll talk about that a little bit further on. The conclusion I've come to is that all these histories and evidence that people have got to categorically say, no, that history definitely happened, that history definitely happened, that history definitely happened. The conclusion I've come to is that they all happened. And whatever path you go down, you're led down that path and you can find all the evidence. And Jason actually talks about this. The simulacrum will provide what you're looking for, will provide the answers. That they all happened but on different timelines, or maybe the same timeline. That's a conclusion I've come to. That's the only thing I can logicalize about all these different histories and the confusion surrounding them. And we're actually seeing history being rewritten now as we speak. But anyway, my reintroduction to doing videos, and I don't know how often I'll do them. Will I do them as often as I was doing last time? I don't know. Life's a little bit busier. Another reason why I disappeared was among all the head fuckery that was going on, is I was involved in a land project, a community project, and that fell flat on his arse at the beginning of this year for one reason and another, which I won't discuss here. And I also put my lodges on booking.com, and I became really busy all of a sudden doing washing and ironing, and I'm like, when did I sign up to be a cleaner? You know, I'm tired of my own place. I haven't owned an iron for about 10 years, and then all of a sudden I'm ironing all this bedding like a little housemaid. But it's good to be busy. It's good to be busy, and it's kept me busy, and it's brought in the income. But anyway, so the reason for this video is I've addressed New Age previously, and what New Age has been created for, is to basically get everybody under an umbrella to live in love and light and never visit the darkness and never have judgment against anyone or anything, you know, never get angry. So that's a psyop. That's how they want us behaving. But I was sent a video last night by a girl I've recently connected with, who is also very vehemently against New Age and what it stands for. And there's a very fine line between New Age and what we perceive to be spirituality, which is the whole consciousness element of it. You know, we are immortal, we are a soul trapped in an avatar, a body, a flesh suit, a meat suit, a space suit, whatever you want to call it. So there's a very fine line, I feel, but I don't quite fully understand what that fine line is. So I revisited Mark Passio last week to get an overview again of the New Age, and it is pretty much, you know, don't get angry, don't judge, just sit there with your legs crossed in a lotus position, arming your life away, and manifest by thinking and feeling. It's all about feeling, and it's being, I think it's right brain dominant, whereas true spirituality is being right brain and left brain equal, and not being dominant in either of the sides of the brain. Left brain is logical dominance, so you're very logical, and the right brain is you're very spiritual, and it's about combining the two. So I was sent a video last night by this woman I've been talking to, and I didn't listen to all of it. But this guy was basically, he was a fundamentalist Christian, and again, I don't understand Christianity. I haven't gone down that road because I have no interest in it, because I've never believed in religion in any way, shape or form, because I believe it's a box of control that they place us in. But he was basically lumping everything under New Age, Gnosticism, Buddhism, and I think the reason why she sent it to me is because she wanted my opinion on what I thought. Now, I've read a little bit of Gnosticism, I've read a little bit of Buddhism. I'm not a scholar in either of them. I tend to dip my toes in certain areas, but I've never been one to completely divulge myself into a particular philosophy, because it comes down to the fact, the same as religion, I don't want to be in a box. I don't want to have a label. And I recognise in this world, we all live in some kind of box because we all have some kind of belief system. But what this guy was basically saying was everything where you are living from a conscious point of view, from a conscientious point of view, and you believe in we're immortal and none of this is real. He was basically discounting everything that the Gnostics believe in and the Buddhists believe in, and other faiths, saying it was all New Age, and it was to guide us it was to guide us to the New World Order. And I concluded that no matter what you believe, we've all been hoodwinked in some way. We are all in some kind of box, because we all have a belief system. We either go through life not believe. I mean, even this guy who was propagating that everything other than Christianity was New Age, and that's where they were leading us. They're actually leading us to, if we're to believe Jason and our Kates, are leading us to a far right movement, which is pure Christianity, and you will perform things under the name of God. So, but this guy was saying that everything is New Age and it's all bullshit. So if you're to believe in meditation and feel that it's beneficial to you as a human, to believe in consciousness. Now, I do believe in consciousness. I mean, if you look at the occult books, the Hermetic philosophy, as an example, the mind is all, the universe is mental, because we're all one consciousness. And this guy was basically saying that to believe we're all one consciousness is BS. If I've understood him correctly, like I said, I understood about 15 minutes of it, because I could see where he was trying to steer. He was trying to steer the thought, our thought, which was towards Christianity, and if you weren't a Christian, you were New Age, and that's all bullshit. So I'll link the video below for anybody who wants to listen to it. But again, that's another reason why I moved away from doing the videos, from listening to Jason, from listening to pretty much anything, because there is this massive divide of thought, and that's where they want everyone. That's the box where they want everyone hemmed in at, is this, this confusion of, well, what do we think? So I said to this girl last night, I said, so okay then, if we don't believe that we're all one consciousness, we don't want to be a Christian, where do we go from here? Kind of like thing. And if Gnosticism or Buddhism is a form of New Age, and let's face it, New Age, spirituality, let's take the Buddhist faith as an example, it's about harmony. It's about living in peace. Now, where Mark Passio draws a line with that is, yes, we are allowed to get angry. Yes, we are allowed to judge. And like I say, I've only really touched on Buddhism. I've only really touched on Gnosticism, so I'm not an expert in any of it. But anyway, as per usual, I waffle because I'm trying to formulate these ideas. I actually, when I sent this girl a few voice notes last night, and they were quite succinct and quite, and I've been trying to save them to share them with you, so I didn't have to repeat everything, because I said it all much better in my voice notes last night, because of course the information from the video was fresh. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I may get back into the flow of doing videos. I've been invited onto a podcast to talk about what I've been learning about Jason's work, about the future cataclysms, the 6,000 year period of the change that this earth is going to take, and yeah, it's just there's a lot going on. And it's quite a lot for the human mind to absorb. I'll stop waffling. I shall speak to you all soon, guys. See you later. Bye.